Hello. The video you are about to see contains images of dolls only.
Hello everybody.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
And hello Mr. B.
Hello Mrs. B.
I'm not Mrs. B.
You're Mrs. B, Mrs. Bear.
Hello, who've you got?
I have got Sharona today.
Oh, Sharona May.
That's right. And who have you got?
I have got Willow.
Oh, she is one of my favourites.
Our beautiful Willow Suzanne I've got today, because it's high time she was changed. This dress is way too big for her. So I'm going to change her into something beautiful that I got out today when I was out shopping.
Right.
So I'm just going to get her out of this. And then I'm going to change her into something really pretty, which I will show to you.
Okay.
So what kind of week have you had?
Well, it's been quite a busy week, especially yesterday. It was a very long day yesterday.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Where did you go?
I went to Brighton and I was there at the customer's desk at about 20 to 8 in the morning.
These buttons are horrible.
So
Gosh, that's
I got all the way down there for 20 to 8.
There we are. You weren't back home until about 6:30 at night.
That's right.
You left about 4 in the morning.
I left at 4, yeah.
So it was an incredibly long day. There we go, darling. Let's get you out of this. Look at your beautiful onesie. I'm going to keep her onesie on and her little boots. So today you were working and I went out shopping.
You certainly did. Boy, did you shop.
Boy, did I shop, yes. This is what I'm going to wear on her. This is a pink short sleeve t-shirt, and over it there's a light grey little jersey dress, very plain, tiny little frills at the sleeves, and it's got lovely little flowers in peaches and pinks and red. Did you say there was some red?
Yeah.
It's very pretty, very simple but very pretty. So this has got buttons too. It's nutmeg again. I actually had to go to the other place today as well. Had to go to Asda because I had to dress Daphne from the skin up. She actually doesn't have any other shoes because we couldn't find her any other shoes from the little white ones she has. So I will have to order some online. But we did manage to get her some. Now, I wonder if that is the way it's supposed to go on and button down the front. Do you think?
I think it does, yeah.
Yes, I think it buttons down the front because the t-shirt I think goes that way. Yes, it does. It does. It buttons down the front. How cute. There we are. That's right. Let's go and do that. Thank you. So yeah, so I had to go to Asda to buy, because they don't sell underclothes in Morrison's. I had to go to Asda to buy pants and tights, which I then couldn't put on Daphne because the carer went, and I had a pair of white tights and a pair of pink tights, and I didn't know which was which, and the pink tights wouldn't have gone with Daphne's outfit. So I couldn't put the tights on Daphne after I'd been all the way down to Asda to buy them, but at least she's got underclothes on now. She's got panties on. So I got her some new clothes, some leggings and tops, and I also picked up some clothes for Nicole's little girl Lyndon, who she wanted me to pick up some little pieces from Nutmeg for when she comes over. Lyndon's not coming over, but Nicole's coming over obviously, and she will get the clothes for me, from Lyndon from me. And I was supposed to get Lyndon shoes, but I couldn't, because I couldn't get any shoes for Daphne either. Obviously Daphne and Lyndon are the same size because it's the same sculpt.
Right.
So, that was mad. So we had to fly all over the place, uptown, downtown, all over the place, in and out of shoe shops to see if they had any shoes. Nobody did. So yeah, it was a bit impossible. And then at the end, I went up to my favourite takeaway, the vegan box, and I got vegan sticky barbecue ribs. They make it from a meat substitute called seitan, and I got vegan barbecue ribs and chips. And I got chips from Mr. B.
And they are the best chips on the planet, let me tell you.
They so are the best chips on the planet. And I also got Mr. B a couple of Cornish pasties from another stall in the market that he really likes. So
I'll have those later on.
You'll have those later on because they do a lovely big portion of chips. And there you go, sweetheart. Sorry.
Yeah, once I had those, I didn't want anything else.
Rucked up at the back. There you go. Oh, look, doesn't that look cute on her? Let's pull this down. There you go, sweetheart. That fits her very much better. She's in definitely a newborn size, not 0 to 3, which I thought she was. So, this sleeve's got rucked. There we go. There we go. There we go. So yes, it's been a mad morning. And I wanted to have a little chat with you now that I've quickly changed Willow and told you what's been happening. It's all right, I'm not going to go off on one. I'm going to try not to. But I did want to have a little chat because something has made me think. Somebody on my Facebook page yesterday, this person has actually asked me this question numerous times. I've answered him more than once. And he asked me again yesterday, and I answered him again. And it actually made me think. What he said was, the strawberry moon dolls are very lifelike, but why do people collect them? Aren't they very expensive? And he said that more than once. Oh, these dolls are terribly expensive. Why do people have them? They're so expensive. And it actually made me think, why? Why do people level this at us? Oh, you shouldn't have that. The inference being, why should people have these? You shouldn't really have these. They're so expensive. And if anybody talks about reborn dolls, if you ever see them mentioned in newspaper articles, in blogs, on the television, in anywhere, one of the first things people will say about them is how expensive they are. Now, people spend their money on lots of things, on clothes, on cars, on computers, on collectibles of all kinds, model cars, model trains, art, you name it, they spend their money on all kinds of things. And even if, clothes are useful, except when they're designer clothes and they don't have to cost that much money. Cars and computers are also useful, but collectibles are always collectibles, aren't they? And they are never cheap if they're good collectibles. So why is it that people don't level that accusation at people who collect other things? It's only when people collect reborns that they say, oh, those are terribly expensive. I mean, people go on holiday, they go abroad, they spend several £1,000s each year. Even on a last-minute holiday, you can spend more than £1,000 on it. And what do? You go away for 2 weeks. Somebody of my acquaintance goes away for a fortnight and spends the whole time drunk. Comes back home, and she says, oh, I wish I hadn't drunk so much. I have to go on a diet now. And once you come home, what do you have to show for it in the end? Absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. It just, can you understand? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But hey, I won't judge what anybody spends their money on, what anybody buys, as long as they're not buying something that's going to hurt other people, or get themselves into thousands of pounds worth of debt. And hey, even if they do, that's their problem, not mine. I've got no right to judge them. So, why is it that people who don't even know you feel they have the right to come up on your Facebook page and level this accusation at you that you're collecting something that is far too expensive and that you shouldn't be doing it?
It's like anything that is auctioned. You know, there are lots of famous auctions, like at Sotheby's in London and so on, where stamps can go for thousands.
Well,
of
quite.
pounds
I mean, I don't see.
I was
saying to Nicole yesterday on the phone, you know, I do not understand why people would pay thousands of pounds for a stamp, a little square of paper with a picture on it. But if that's what they want to collect and it makes them happy, fine, go for it. It makes me so sad that there is so much intolerance and judgmentalism in the world. It really does. And when people ask you questions like that, they don't ask you because they're genuinely curious. They ask you because they are judging you and feel they have the right to be nasty to you. And it just, it really gets my goat. And the alternative to coming out and talking about it is to put your head in a hole. And I won't ever do that. You know, people say to me, well, don't have the page if it causes you so much trouble. I have to have the page. I love sharing the pictures of the babies. And I know there are people out there that like them, like to see them. But oh dear, it does get me cross sometimes.
I dealt with him anyway in my own
inimitable fashion. But my goodness me. Look at this baby. I can't get over the detail.
Well, she's always great.
Would you like to hold her for a little
I
while?
would actually, yes.
I will take Sharona.
All right.
Come here, my darling. Come here. Oh, that's a good girl. There we go. Daddy, oops. I didn't support her head. That's not very good, is it? There we go.
There we go. Now, what's not to like?
And I've got our beautiful Sharona in her cute little Maroel dress. Maroel, that's a town in France. Mayoral dress.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
We're getting terribly near party time. This party is... I'm going to be living on bread and water for the next 6 months, believe me. If it's a real children's party, it could be really even more expensive. But oh my lord, this party is costing us a fortune. But it's worth it. Just to say, if you haven't yet, have a look at my page, and if you want a shout out on the video, do please register interested or going on the
Facebook event.
Facebook event. I couldn't remember what it was called.
Yes, have a look at the Strawberry Moon page on Facebook.
Yes, it's Strawberry Moon Reborns, all one word.
Yes, and there is an event there, and it's for Lacey's birthday and for the other children as well. And if you would like a shout out, as we did last year, and we had a really good response last year, if you would like a shout out on the special birthday party video, and I can tell you this, it is definitely going to be something to watch. It really is this year, as we hope it was last year. Then please join the event. You're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. It just means that you're interested in it, and we will give you a shout out on the very special video which is to come in mid-September.
Thank you for that. Right, we will love you and leave you. This is going to be a special weekend because we have 3 children to show you over the weekend and not 2.
Oh yes.
So we will be back with Jack, Lacey and Daphne over the weekend, so do stay tuned for that if you possibly can. In the meantime,
take care of yourselves
and enjoy your lovely babies.
and
let's be good to each other.
Bye-bye.
Bye.